Hey people, Hrud here, 3v3 Faction War. This is Graesark Undercity and Chaos Space Marines versus Imperial Guard. For the Blue Chaos team, it's a bunch of Sorcerers. First up is Aguxyz. We have the world famous Toilailee alongside. Where's he gone? There he is. And here is Mostafa. These guys are disruptive heroes with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, fighting in melee combat by default. We have the Word Bearers DLC for Mostafa here. For the red guard team, Issacs is an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons alongside. YZ with a Lord General, fighting in ranged combat, begins with a retinue of stormtroopers, really strong defense and support, and a powerful moustache. Rounding off the teams, Elite Mod lead designer Adila, rocking a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fighting in a melee, begins with a refractor shield, kicking off in the mid already. Sorcerer misses a special attack, which makes him sad. That is Toilailee. Sentinel getting some good shots, and it has taken a fair amount of damage. Heretics are forced to retreat. Maybe they got stomped over there, did they? No, no stomp up yet. Looks like Issacs going triple guards when the other two players for the guard team getting some Sentinels rolling, and double CSM for Toilailee. Chaos have been pushed off in the mid. It was 2v1 for Toilailee there. And now Mostafa trying to flank upwards. The Sentinel here does have the ground pound. Going to be outnumbered though, I think. Well, maybe not. I think that central player YZ is mostly sticking to the mid. The Lord General has come to shoot some stuff though. Sorcerer's getting very low here for Mostafa. Heretics with grenade launchers getting torn up, and they wipe. Early wipe there, and those guys did have that 20 power grenade launcher upgrade. But that is a loss. CSM, I think, will be fine and not drop a model. They might, though. It's a lot of las guns shooting at them. Got a decap on the wreck point. Toilailee's come back with double CSM, but they're going to be up against two players potentially. Although we might see Adila sweep across the south to get the VP and stuff. Yep, the Sentinel's going to decap it. They're taking the contested points here in the southwest corner. Meanwhile, northeast, looks like Issacs did enough with a whole bunch of las guns to force off Aguxyz, but they're back with the Sorcerer and some Heretics. CSM are back at base healing up. Heretics finding the Guardsman. Doom Bolts misses, and the Heretics did not Doom Blast there. Guess they didn't feel like they needed to, since Guardsmen can't really fight back and they can't really effectively escape, but might have got more damage in if they were suppressed and stuff. But you drop a model for that, you know. It's not always necessary to use that Doom Blast as soon as you make contact. Good stomp there, messing up both of the CSM. I don't think it actually hit both of them, but it did force a retreat. A good Doom Bolts too. Another Doom Bolts come flying in from the way out there from Mostafa. Mostly avoided, I think. Toilailee's Sorcerer did some good hold-up play, but has now been forced to retreat, and it's kind of 2v1-ish again. It's not a full 2v1. I don't think YZ has most of their stuff here, just the General and the Sentinel at the moment. Havoc's on the field now for Mostafa. Noise Marines for Toilailee, and looks like Aguxyz went Raptors into Noise Marines at top. Which could be a massive problem for Issacs. They are getting Catachan Devils on the way. Havocs are going to set up, are they? What are they up to? Noise Marines being tied up by the Lord Commissar. He's got that power sword in play for the power melee damage versus all this heavy infantry armor. Also gives you lead by example, which is this special attacks, which inspire allies, kind of like the Force Commander's battle cry. But I think it buffs for slightly more. Or maybe it's slightly less. It's got to be more. He has to pay for it. Maybe it's 20% per swing instead of 15. Sentinel, turret going up there. Both the Sentinels have their ground pound. This one's slightly more damaged. This is YZ's. And a heavy weapon squad in play. Are they going to be able to get down there in time though? Northeast has turned blue. Doom Bolts misses. Got some Tzeentchian worship. Raptors looking for a jump. Are they going to go for it? They are. Up against Holy Brazier, Inquisitor though, and Catachans. Inquisitor did not turn to engage, goes after Heretics instead. Catachans are not getting into melee either. In fact, they're going to be overwhelmed by CSM and Raptors. I think that was a mistake. I think the Inquisitor should have turned to engage those raptors. Not sure if it would have been enough, but it might have been. And then just like triple guardsmen las guns could have dealt with the heretics, I think, maybe. There's a jump, and there's that suppression on landing. Pretty damn effective. It's got good range on it, that suppression. I'm sorry, it got all three of those guardsmen. You can kind of get a whole army with it if they're bunched up slightly. I hear power bashing. It is Aguxyz with their noise marines getting a full power bash here. Nicely done. Back down to the south. Lots of pressure on the Chaos team. Heavy weapon squad is here now. Spotters chucking in those shells. There's the smoke shell to reduce range. Double havocs for Mostafa. Got those heavy bolters in 2-1, of course. There's a... Was that a Catachan Devil maneuver? It was. Adila's got some Catachan Devils down here. That was a grenade launcher. Looks like the Chaos team are going to break out. They've been here for a while. But the VPs are pretty even. It's only 20 in it. Red team have benefited from having these contested points. Which, I mean, it's a big difference. There's 2 fully matured rec points and a noded power all this time. Grenade launcher heretics for Toilailee. Mostafa did not replace the heretics that he lost. The CSM have dropped a model here. They can try and get the power back, try and get the rec point, but the Lord General says no. Spotter's still in play, Sentinel's still in play as well. So they can't break out fully. They can't do it easily. Some noise marines of Toilailee who goes tier 2, the first Chaos player to go. Issacs is already there. Maybe we'll see a Bane Wolf up in the northeast. Smoke shell nicely placed. Is it a Sentinel of Adila, is it? Yep. It's a Chimera for Issacs. It is pushing them off enough to get these contested points for now, I think. They're not getting that very central one, though. 460 to 451. Noise Marines making short work of the node with that Sonic Blaster. Also disables ranged attacks. Pretty damn effective. Aguxyz doing a great job in the northeast on the power again. Decapping the natural rec point there. He's even got a power gen up on the contested northeast node. Raptor jump. That's really messing with Issacs. Again, we don't see the Inquisitor go after them with the power weapon. Just left those guardsmen to their own devices, and down goes one of the squads. Holy Brazier's Holy Pyre goes up. Now she's going after them. And she should do good work in there. In fact, one of them dies. Sorcerer's got the Sword of Flame for Aguxyz and Vestments of the Warp. Classic combo. Teleport in and set stuff on fire. What's not to like? One of the most chaotic things you can do. Noise Marines with a brief blast of cacophony, and they retreat, and the Sorcerer teleports out. They got... How much did they bash? Is it 1 gen on the node, or were those things rebuilt? I wasn't paying enough attention. CSM backing off. Gonna stay in play, though. Back down to the southwest. Lord Commissar levels the 2. It's been pretty solid so far. Sentinel with a missile launcher bolted to it now in tier 2. Almost wiped out those heretics. That's a really good shot. Catachans will grab back the power. Surprised they aren't pushing forward to put improvised explosives and stuff over it. Where's that Chimera? There it is. Can reinforce and transport infantry around. Also unique amongst transports in that units inside can operate these turrets that are on the side. So you get some extra firepower. I don't think it matters how many units you have inside. I think you just need 1 and they will all fire, I believe. I'm not actually sure about that. You have plasma gun guardsmen though, and they trade very well with regular old Chaos Space Marines, especially when they are fully upgraded with the Commissar, such as these fellas over there. Grabbing the VP, double cap for guard, and look at it, they swept across the bottom, straight onto the blue team's VP again. Double havocs here, some improvised explosives back there. Those missile launchers doing some work. Doom bolts though. Decent hit on those spotters. Shells thrown in though. Kicking off towards the mid. Double Mark of Pawn. Chaos Space Marines now for Toilailee. I don't think they were expecting that. Did they just wipe something? It looked like they wiped... Is that Stormtroopers there? Maybe. Lord General's up to 4 models in his retinue now. Well, 3. 4 including him. Sniper rifle in play. Sorcerer does get the cap. Can they get it right back again? We got some plasma guns as expected to help trade. These guys don't have it though for YZ. Flanked from Toilailee. Lots of plasma for the CSM to deal with. The stomp is partially dodged. Dodged by one of the squads. They're still very dangerous and angry. Noise Rain's doing tons of damage to the Catechans, who have to shotgun blast them and run. Good stomp. Are they going to stay in play? Looks like they are. They're going to tough it out. Toilailee's Sorcerer with the Rod of Warp Fire and Vestments of the Warp. Some guardsmen there taken out with a sink kill of Toilailee. Teleported in. Got it done. CSM did a great job there. Soaked up so much damage. Just caused panic. And they got it done. They broke out. Sentinel couldn't stick around and plink away some missiles maybe. Nope. Wants to back off. Doesn't want to trust it. Chaos Heretics with Aspiring Champion and grenade launchers for Toilailee, and a Dreadnought on the way for Aguxyz. That's going to be fun. They've lost their Raptors though. I missed the Raptor loss. Can I find their bodies anywhere? Not right now. On the power is Issacs. I think this is the first time we've seen them on the power. Hammer of the Witches for the Sorcerer's head. But she doesn't have time to use the Holy Fire. And there's the Dreadnought. They don't have any way to deal with it, so they just all flee, which is fair enough, I think. Where are those Raptors? Were they on the power, maybe? Yeah, look. Looks like they got too close to base. But the Chimera was taken out, so I assume... I'm going to surmise that they had their Aspiring Champion heavy melee, and they were chasing down that Chimera, and they sacrificed themselves to get it. I was going to say for the greater good, but for the more chaotic good? So they're not too concerned about that. Power node down there. Got some Mark of Tzeentch CSM for Mostafa. Both the Havoc steel with heavy bolters. Got a Blastmaster Noise Rain. Looks like Toilailee is keeping theirs with the Sonic Blaster. Are these guys new? No, they've got some XP. 324 to 390. Some Tzeentchian worship. Who is this? Catechan's been all sneaky. Lord the General getting some shots in. Not on the VP. Sorcerer won't be able to get a decap in at least. Since the missiles aren't super great against a single entity. Blastmaster setting up though. Havoc's just behind it. Two Havocs just behind it. Might want to split those out a little bit more. Is that a Manticore? It is a Manticore strike from Adila. Mines dropped in as well, which get detonated by the Manticore strikes. That was nasty. CSM very low, but luckily for them, there's Aspiring Champion Heretics around to spot the mines, so they weren't exploded on retreat. Although, not good for them, is a Lehman Rush being dropped into the field by YZ. Still low-key one of the best globals in the game, I think. Just dropping a Lehman Rush is pretty freaking amazing. 324 to 353. Aguxyz with double Dreadnoughts in the northeast. That's a hell of a lot of fun. What do we got? Any marks? No marks yet. They've pincered the Chimera and they're going to deal with it with the two autocannons, I think. I don't think the Chimera can get away. It's trying to. One more burst should do it. And everyone will have to get out. Are you going to burst your autocannon? There we go. These guys can't do anything. And Devils might fall. In fact, they do. Issacs need some help big time in the northeast. It really does. I think he could have done it with a hand up there a little bit earlier, actually. I don't think YZ's gone up there at all. Lord General has the... Who is it? It's the Commissar. Gives him a shield. I think he's pretty decent in combat himself as well. Although, you don't see him in melee that much, obviously. Although the Lord General does sometimes run in to tie something up. Is that double las cannons? It was. Double las cannons on the Lehman Russ. Can they get it right here, right now? Well, something got it. I did not see a las cannon B, but I might have just missed it. Might be, maybe it was a Blastmaster shot. Mostafa went pretty hard to get that done and now has some pretty good deterrence to further vehicles from the red team. See, both instantly get some Kashyyykin going. Sorcerer fell. In the mid, Aguxyz is cleaning things up. Although northeast has been retaken by Issacs. They got stormtroopers on the way trying to recover. Trying to stay in play here. It's a lot of plasma guns. Not going to trade well with the vehicle though. And there's some terrifying dreadnought melee for you. What's this? Uh-oh, CSM have found the Manticore. And they get it. Bloodletters from the Circle of Summoning 2. Global ability of the Sorcerer. I assume that was... I don't know actually, does it tell me? Yes, it's Toilailee's Bloodletters spawning here. Guardsmen just moving away from the spawn circle. Do you get XP for those guys? I don't think you do. 280 to 295. Having to grab back their VP. The Guard have got on this VP a lot. Pretty damn effective there. Heretics capping in the northeast. Noise Marines fleeing after the power bash, I guess. Aguxyz, because they're so dominant northeast right now, they can afford to be quite mobile. Come to the mid, get some stuff done, harass. Get weird angles in on the power. Sorcerer gets away there barely, level 4. What else we got on his levels? Level 3 for Toilailee. And level 2 for Mostafa has the Sigil of the Rift. Level 3 Inquisitor, level 3 Lord General, and level 3 Lord Commissar. So all the heroes have done reasonably well. Nobody doing an insane amount of damage though. Can be tough for Sorcerers to level up. Unless they get some good Doom Bolts. They're not the most killy of heroes. Doom Bolts can be so freaking good in tier 1 though. 267 to 268 is so close. Rod of Warp Fire. Warp Fire the hell out of those Catechins and they're going to fall on retreat, are they? Dark Flames should get it done. And down they go. I think it was worth the 150 red or whatever it is to finish those guys off. Catechins can be a massive pain in the ass when they're used well. Great unclean one on the field for Toilailee. And Land Raider Phobos for Mostafa. What do the Kashyyykin have in their hands at the moment? These guys have plasma guns. Kashyyykin can switch their specialist weapons at will for free, although they need to wait the 20 seconds or so for it to actually switch over. So cool though. Limited to 1 these days. Much more effective 1 though. What do we got here? Power Basher with las guns and Marco Zinc CSM. Fair enough. Gonna get the full thing, I think. Here come Kashyyykin. Getting plasma guns. You have grenades and stuff already. And there's the toss. Almost killed 2 of those fellas. What's that? Oh. Emperor's Wrath from the Lord Commissar. Killed one of them. But that was almost a full bash from Mostafa. Pretty damn effective. And as you can see, the red team have not got any more vehicles out because they know there's double las cannons on the Blastmaster and stuff. Phobos arrives. Great unclean one. Pressing the action here. Might take a lot of plasma gun fire though. He is weak to plasma with that super heavy infantry armor. Sentinel's going to go down to chain axes. I don't think he can move there, surrounded. Doesn't quite have the same pathing priority as other vehicles, I don't think, the Sentinel. 267 to 182, probably be way overpowered if it did. He could kind of bully and manipulate position early on. Who's this? That's the Inquisitor down. Northeast turning blue again. Looks like the Chaos Space Marine team are doing well. They've got their tier 3 stuff rolling. Aguxyz is very strong at the top. Although they don't have any tier 3 units themselves, they can get Terminators very soon. Some Nurgly Vomit happening. Great Unclean one took a lot of damage. Soaked up a lot of damage for other units though. Got some Tzeentchian worship now to heal up. Gonna take a while. And we got some Chaos Terminators for Mostafa. It's bad news for the guard fellas. What's this? Heavy turret? No, another Lehman Russ for YZ. Probably going to get the Vanquisher cannon on it to try to trade with the Land Raider Phobos. Great King 1 teleported away by Toilailee. Oh, and then teleported again by Mostafa, I think, was it? No, it was teleported all the way to the northeast by Aguxyz. Was trying to get out of trouble, didn't know Toilailee was also teleporting it. At least it worked, it didn't break. Two sorcerers trying to teleport the same thing in very quick succession. It's pretty cool. Now the Land Raider gets teleported out to Mostafa because they were the only one who hadn't used it. That's what sorcerers can do for you in a 3v3. Was that Toilailee was so perplexed by that the heretics all fell over dead. To explain that to Tzeentch now, although probably Tzeentch made it happen, I guess. Melter guns for those Kasrkin now. Double CSM have done really well for Toilailee. Level 3 on both of those fellas, I believe. What are these guys doing now? Mostafa losing track of their noise marines are now retreating off. Terminator's taking a lot of damage here. They have their autocannon. Double las cannons here, ready for the Demon Rust, which does not have an upgrade. Adila down to 3 units. 2-1 for Chaos. They are still in the ascendancy here, almost wiping out these heretics here. Sorry, these guardsmen, I should say. And they do get them. That was a weird animation. That might have been the... look, that was a kind of on fire animation. When they kind of run and then fall over. Maybe that's what happens when the Sorcerer does his ranged attacks. Blastmaster wiping out those Stormtroopers. Double Doom Bolts was epic. Oh, I missed it. Where's the double Doom Bolts? Damn you all. 26724. The obvious mistake was not assisting Issacs up here when they had that big loss. I guess they felt like they couldn't safely assist up there without losing the bottom, but you've got to try. You've got to try and get a big flank on Aguxyz or something and even it up. Inflict some losses and get it done. I think you've got to try. GG's. They did it down to a single unit at the end, trying to make stuff happen. Can the Dreadnought survive? Run, fellas, run! Where's the worship? I don't see it. There it is, though. Ran away with it in the end. It was close for a long while, though. Chaos Predator was getting Mark of Tzeentch at the end for Aguxyz. What did we have? Level 5 Sorcerer. Level 5 and level 2 for Mostafa. Level 3 Inquisitor was down for a while, I think, up there. Level 3 General and a level 5 Lord Commissar. There you have it, guys. Big thanks to these players for answering my call and getting some faction wars done. This was the only castable game from that session, unfortunately, but I will try to do some more very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.